Boris Johnson overtaken by Allegra Stratton while she's still driving a gas-guzzling diesel VW Golf. Boris Johnson's climate change spokeswoman has admitted she still drives a diesel car and does not fancy switching to an electric quite yet. Allegra Stratton told she used her third-hand gas-guzzling VW Golf for 250-mile trips across the UK to see relatives. When pressed on why she did not drive an eco-friendly electric vehicle, she claimed lengthy waits to charge the battery put her off. It comes after the government committed to banning the sale of petrol and diesel cars by 2030, with the UK bidding to be a world leader on climate change ahead of hosting the 26 Colombian Pesos summit in Glasgow later this year. "I have a diesel Golf," said Ms. Stratton. "It's third-hand and I've had it for 8 years. I don't drive it very much because I live in London, and it wouldn't be right. I cycle. I've hurt my leg at the moment, but usually we cycle or get on the bus or walk most places. The car we use to go to grannies and granddads who are mostly 250 miles away. There are estimated to be more than 42,000 charge points across the UK in over 15,500 locations. But Ms. Stratton said she was still not tempted to make the change. "My son would really like me to buy an electric car," she said. "I think it is the idea that right now, if I had one, any of those journeys to my dad in South Scotland, my mum in Gloucestershire, my in-laws in the Lake District and my gran in North Wales, they're all journeys that I think would be at least one quite long stop to charge. And my kids are 7 and 4 and I don't fancy it just yet. That's not to say that very soon, that technology, the charging points, we're already seeing an increase in numbers, we're seeing the cost come down, and we are seeing the range go up. So the direction of travel is great, and is swift. So I am optimistic that at some point, like so many families around the country, I'll go for it." Kerry McCarthy, Labour's Shadow Minister for Green Transport, said Ms. Stratton's admission showed the government was not doing enough to encourage people to buy electric cars. She said, based on her many excuses, it seems that even the government's own climate spokesperson doesn't think they are doing enough to make electric vehicles attractive to drivers. "Unfortunately, switching to an electric vehicle, which I did 3 years ago, is not an easy choice for everyone. That's because the government has cut electric vehicle subsidies year on year and is way off track in creating the nationwide network of charging points we need. Labour would help improve access to electric vehicles for all by providing interest-free loans to consumers and investing in charging infrastructure where it's needed the most." Prime Minister Boris Johnson has announced that the ban on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars will be brought forward from 2035 to 2030. However, industry experts have warned there isn't enough time or investment to make this switch to electric vehicles feasible. New vehicles that are solely petrol or diesel powered will be banned from sale in 2030. The date was originally set for 2040, but was brought forward to 2035 earlier this year. New hybrid cars will be banned from 2035. Boris Johnson announced the measure along with a raft of new environmental policies. The Prime Minister made it clear that he planned to create jobs and address climate change at the same time. While electric car sales have been increasing in recent years, EV sales still account for less than 7% of all new vehicles bought in the UK, according to the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, SMMT. The government hopes the policy will energise the market for electric cars over the next decade, as well as helping the UK to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. However, the automotive industry has long argued that significant funding for infrastructure is required to help convince motorists to switch to electric cars, which are currently more expensive than petrol or diesel vehicles due to research and development costs factoring into the price of the relatively new green technology. Currently, around just 5% of UK automotive technicians are adequately trained to work on electric vehicles. That means some of the £12 billion investment promised by the Prime Minister needs to be put towards skills training, commented CEO of the Institute of the Motor Industry, IMI, Steve Nash. Another key point of the plan is a £1.3 billion investment in electric vehicle, EV, charging points. Grants for EV buyers will stretch to £582 million to help people make the transition. £2 million